Dear student, good morning to all of you. I would like to invite you in my class of Civics Standard 8. In the first lecture, I have taught you parliamentary form of government. Do you know this thing? Why parliamentary form of government chosen by the constitution maker? कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन बनाने वाले ने क्यों पार्लियामेंट्री फॉर्म ऑफ गवर्नमेंट चूज किया? दैट मीन्स डू यू नो दिस थिंग? देयर आर सम रीजन बिहाइंड इट बिकॉज इंडिया इज द कंट्री ऑफ डाइवर्सिटीज, different culture, different social economic condition. It is a vast country. India was under the British rule for 200 years. So due to some reason, Indian constitution maker chose the parliamentary form of government. The government is responsible, nominal head is the president. Do you know this thing? The president is the nominal head of our country. But a real power is in the head of the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. Council of Ministers. We have to study regarding the Constitution. In our Constitution, there is provision for the welfare of the people of our country. In parliamentary form of government, we elect the member of parliament as well as the member of legislative assembly, which is known as MLA and MP. In central government, we choose member of parliament, and in state government we choose member of legislative assembly, which is known as MLA. They make rules, regulation for the state, and MPs make the rules and regulation for the country. They are known as the legislature. And the Prime Minister, Council of Ministers, which implement the laws passed by both the houses, upper house and lower house, means Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. That rule is implemented in the country and they are known as executive. If there is any problem, that is checked by the judiciary. That means superpower in our country, the judiciary, that means the Supreme Court. Now we have to study about the president, because the president is the head of our country. Do you know this thing? There is no important our direct role of the people of country for the election of president. That means an institution which conduct the election of the president of country, that is called electoral college. Electoral college elects the president of India. That means Under the electoral college, that means parliament. Member of parliament. That means there are two houses, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. Lok Sabha plus Legislative Assembly. Legislative Assembly of States. They are in proportional. That means these members take part in the election of president. This way, all the member of Rajya Sabha, Lok Sabha and proportional member of Legislative Assembly take part in the election of president. And the candidate who gets more votes, more majority, they can be winner and they can hold the post of the president. This is the criteria for the election of the president. Now we have to study about the salary plus other allowance. Allowance of the president. Do you know this thing? That means earlier salary. Earlier salary is Rs 98,000 per month with other facilities. With other facility. Now, according to time, there is always amendment in the salary of the president. It is increased by the parliament. Now, these days, the president gets the president gets Rs 1,50,000 rupees per month with other allowance, with other facilities. Do you know this thing? The President of India lives in Rashtrapati Bhavan. The President of India lives in the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Pati Bhavan, which is situated in New Delhi. That means that is a grand building in which the President of India lives. All the facilities are available there. He is the head of the country. So all the officials, all the person, all the institution are responsible towards the President of India. In this lecture, I have taught you regarding the election of President and salary of the President and where the President of India lives. What is his present salary? What was his earlier salary? Now we have to study about who can be the candidate for the president election. We have to discuss regarding the qualification of the president. These are the things which is essential for you to know when and how a person can fight the election of the president. Now I have to write down qualification. Qualification for the president of India. Do you know this thing? That means there are some criteria, qualification. If you fulfill up these criteria, then you can fight the election of the president. For that, the first one is he must be a citizen of India. First one, he must be a citizen of India. Why it is given? It is the criteria. Suppose that a person who is the citizen of America, Britain, France, Germany, Italy, they cannot fight the election of Indian president because it is the first criteria, he must be the citizen of India. ये जरूरी है, आवश्यक है कि आप भारत के नागरिक हैं, तभी आप प्रेसिडेंट राष्ट्रपति के चुनाव लड़ सकते हैं. This is the first qualification. The second one is that must be enlisted in the voter list. Must be enlisted in the voter list of India. Do you know this thing? That is the some criteria in our country. Government prepares paper for the Indian citizen, which is called the voter list. In voter list, your name must be enlisted. यदि वोटर लिस्ट में आपका नाम नहीं है और आप इंडियन सिटीजन हैं, इस सिचुएशंस में आप इंटाइटल नहीं होंगे इलेक्शन फाइट करने के लिए, बिकॉज योर नेम इज not enlisted in the voter list. So, listing of name in the voter list is important to be citizen of India. It is the second criteria for the election of the president. Now, third one is that must have completed the age of 35. Must be completed the age of 35 years. Do you know this thing? We all are the citizen of India, supposed, and our names are listed in the voter list. If we are not completing the age of 35, we can't fight the election of the president. It is the criteria for enlisting the name in the voter list is that if your age is 18 years old and you are living in India, then your name will be enlisted in the voter list. Suppose name is enlisted but your age is not up to 35 years, cannot fight the election of the president. So it is the third qualification for the candidate of the president. Number fourth one, must not hold any office. Must not hold any office of profit in state office or in the central office. You should not be on the post of profit in the government office. If if it happens, the post must be vacated before seeking seeking the election. Do you know this thing? This is the criteria. If you are working in the office of a state government or the central government, you are getting the salary by the government. In that situation, you cannot fight the election. If you want to fight the election, before the nomination, you have to resign from your post. Then you will be free to fight the election. Now, the next one is that you must be healthy, not mentally unfit. This is also criteria. Suppose you are fulfilling all the qualifications, such as you are the citizen of India, your name is enlisted in voter list, you have completed the age of 35 years, you are not on the post of profit in central government as well as in the state government. So you will think that I can fight the election. But one hindrance is that you are not fit. You are mentally unfit. That means पागल, madness. अगर एक पागल व्यक्ति है, ऊपर के सारे क्राइटेरिया को कंप्लीट करता है और ये क्राइटेरिया फिल अप नहीं करता है, in that situation he cannot be the candidate for the election of president. The next one is that, do you know this thing? There should be no any cases. There should not be any charges against you from the court of India. From the court of India. Now suppose that you are fulfilling all the criteria, but there is a charge of any allegation, any corruption by the court of India, whether it is the lower court, high court and supreme court. In that situation, he cannot fight the election of the president. So these are some criteria. You are in standard 8, that's why it is the shortlisted criteria explained by me for you. When you will be in higher classes, criteria must be enlarged. So these are the qualifications for the President of India. Do you know this thing? If once President is elected and he has completed his first tenure means 5 years. This is the term. For a president, he can hold his post after the election for 5 years. In the second tenure, he is agree or eager to fight the election. No can obstacle for the for next term election. He can fight the election and can be chosen by the Rajya Sabha member, Lok Sabha member and the member of Legislative Assembly. He can be the president so many times because it is the parliamentary form of government and it depends on the people who are represented by the citizen of India. They can choose that person again and again for the post of president. So these are the salaries, criteria, tenure of the president. Suppose there is any constitutional violence against the president, he can be removed from his post. But this task is not easy. A special resolution will be passed by both the houses, Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha. A special impeachment will be in the Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha, and that will be passed by 2/3 majority. In that situation, president can be removed from his post. After the completion of 5 years, any one other person can be elected. For this period, that post will be vacant. So these are the criteria for the president. Now we will study about the power of the president. President, for the power